Okay, hello everyone, welcome back to our podcast where we talk about all things real estate in Singapore, and I'm Martin.
My name is Teressa, and today we'll be talking on a topic whereby every parent and also maybe soon to be parents which will pay attention to, which is the primary school and how it actually affects property prices.
Exactly, and whether you're planning for your first kid's education or your next property purchase, I think the both of them are very often connected and sometimes way too connected.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so right now, let's break down into how the within 1 km actually works. Know what kind of like the price premiums we are looking at, and then whether it is really worth paying more just to be nearer to a popular school.
Okay, so maybe let's start off with an obvious question. Why do schools even have such a big impact on the property prices?
Okay, so it actually boils down to the Ministry of Education, the admission rules. So you need to understand, before we look into the distance, you have to know which phase that your child will actually be able to enroll into. So we have like phase 1, 2A, 2B, 2C, and 2C supplementary. So why the distance becomes so crucial is because for schools that are actually very high in demand, we have a lot of subscription. This is where the distance to school actually plays a lot.
Okay, so I think because of that, parents are also literally shopping their property based on the distance to the school. And you know, all the good schools like Nanhua lah, Nanyang lah, Rosyth lah, Tao Nan, all these are all the good schools in Singapore. And if you are looking at a place within 1 km of this good school, you are definitely going to have to pay a premium.
That's right. So it's like buying a school district, in other words, not so much of like the house, but more of like the school. So even though like Singapore doesn't really officially have one, the demand actually pushes up both the sale and rental prices. Why do I even say rental prices, right? It's because some of them, they did not have enough time in terms of planning the property. So instead of selling or buying, maybe the timeline don't match, they actually rent first. So to secure that address that they will have to use for the registration phase that they will be in.
Yeah, so not only sale price, right? Even rental prices are affected. That means parents actually are willing to pay a very high rent just to get their kids into within 1 km of these good schools, right?
So example, we have maybe Henry Park or even CHIJ St. Nicholas. These are some of the schools that actually push up the prices in the property market. So let's now give a few examples, take Clementi for example. Homes within 1 km of Nanhua Primary School, they are actually consistently priced higher than the other parts of Clementi or even Jurong East.
Yeah, correct. Similarly for Bukit Timah, if you are near Nanyang Primary or Raffles Girls, you can see the price actually jump up quite a bit compared to the other areas that are slightly further away.
True. And also in the east, we have Tao Nan School, which is a classic case. People are actually willing to pay premium prices for older condos and even resale landed just to secure that address.
Yeah, so I think it's for the parents, it's a mix of emotion and investment, right? They justify it as for their kids, but it also becomes a property strategy. And because the next buyer will also think the same way, like they want to do it for their kids, they will also be willing to pay a higher price, a premium just to secure their kids' future.
Exactly. So it actually creates a self-sustaining demand cycle. As long as the school remains popular, the surrounding properties actually hold better value. Don't you think so?
Yeah. So I think now let's move on to a devil's advocate. So is it really always worth it to pay that premium for that good school?
Okay, so very good question, Martin. If you are purely buying into investment, right, not for your own child, the premium can actually eat into your rental yield. For example, rental yield in those school zone area, right, is actually usually lower because the entry price is really so high.
Yeah, correct. And for parents, you need to remember that being 1 km doesn't guarantee you the entry into the school, right? If the school is really oversubscribed and everyone is also within 1 km, that becomes a luck of the draw already.
Correct. So I have a few of my friends, right, they actually move within 1 km to a specific location. And some of them unfortunately did not actually get it. It's quite shocking because they are literally staying in front of the primary school. But actually this really just boils back down to which phase are you looking at and what is the demand of that. So in terms of this, you can actually reach out to us. We can actually help you analyze based on past year's trend of the school and help you to try secure in a more safe entry for even primary school, not just in terms of housing.
So I think the smart move actually is to balance your lifestyle, your convenience, and the future resale potential. Not just chasing a good school. You have to have a backup plan in case your top choice is you can't get into your top choice as well lah.
That's right. So if you are like planning for family purchase, right, I would say you have to look for areas that have at least a few schools. Doesn't have to be good or not good. I mean, all good schools are good. All schools are good, right? So at least have a few options so that it can actually enlarge your buyer's market in future when you wish to exit.
Yeah, that's right. And also important thing is you have to check the actual distance on one map. There is this function on one map that can help you measure the exact distance whether you're within 1 km of a primary school. So in this case, actually what I mean is that even though you might be staying in the same project, but because some of the project have very big land size, so some blocks are not within 1 km while some blocks are within 1 km. So actually it's measured down to that kind of precision. So the best is to use one map to measure from your block and to see whether it's within 1 km of the primary school.
Correct. And also this one, just to add on, is actually in sync with what MOE actually uses also. Okay, so anyway, just don't forget about your long-term plans. If you would like to move in 3 to 5 years time, it's always better to buy something that appeals to both investment and also for family homestay.
And exactly that way your exit strategy is strong even after your children's being enrolled.
Right, so actually for the primary school, right, they can actually push up property prices, but that's not the only thing that matters, Martin.
Yeah, correct. So in the end, you have to buy smart. There are many other factors like the amenities, the rentability, the floor plans, the size of the project, all these. So if you are keen to find out what's a profitable project, what's more likely to profit, you can contact us. And then of course, you have to buy smart, plan early, and remember, of course, your child's future matters, but also the property price when you exit next time is also quite important as well.
That's right. So both are actually very interdependent on one another. So if you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to follow us on our social media platforms. And also if you think that this is actually pretty helpful to some of the parents, friends, and even families who actually have kids or planning to go primary school or yet to be, do feel free to share this video to them, and I hope we can help you more on this topic.
And thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next one.